Yo, hey, what it do, what it do, what it do? It's your boy, trying to talk about something, got a little something on my head. I wanted to think about, what life is. Now, I mean, granted, I talk a lot about life a lot on this channel, but I'm talking about, a different perspective on life right now. I'm talking about my uncle. If you don't know, I have an uncle. He, he's been having a really rough life, and I often try to help as much as possible because I'm like the strong one in our family. See, he came from an abusive home, immigrant family, often belittled, whatever, and then because of that, obviously you get a lot of toxic behaviors and traits growing from that, and it goes down a slippery slope, and it's a sad sight because of paperwork and how things seem, you don't know what's really going on or what's wrong with an individual like that. So right now he got out of a relationship, toxic relationship with a mother that was using narcotics around her children, young children, um, and was kind of holed up in an uninsulated garage, literally about to freeze to death. It was during the winter time, and he called me. He was like, "Yo, I need help. I got nowhere to go, whatnot. Take him here for a night, just so that we can figure out something." Pretty much saved his life, but right now he's in a bad spot. He's in a bad spot. He's got nowhere to go. Still, like he's paying week to week at a motel. He had gotten like some serious mental issues to where like he's having attacks, like physical stuff is happening, like it's a mess. I'm worried for his well-being, not gonna lie. And this is what happens when you don't have the right people in your life, or like people who care, or just an environment to get better. Now, I'm not saying that if he had all those things, he wouldn't be where he is, because honestly, this also comes down to personal decision making and like how you see life, and if you're fine with how that is. So, and I'm just using this as an example. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get too personal on it, but what I'm saying is like life gets really, really rough. It's rough, and it can stay rough easy because America's capitalistic style of life is like, okay, you're here and you're gonna stay here because it benefits everyone as long as you stay here. But it's like it doesn't benefit you, and you're miserable and you're suffering and you're going through it and you're having all these problems, and you could say all this, but no one's really gonna give you the assistance that you need, because they'll be like, oh, well, you need to pay this. I'm like, well, you're not gonna be able to get out of America unless you have this and have these and sign that, and then you gotta find finances to make sure you get out of there. I'm like, yo, not gonna lie, it's a fucking trip. It's a fucking trip. And I feel like there has to be a way. There has to be a way. Like, people spend thousands of dollars a month for a space that isn't theirs. Thousands of dollars a month because it happens to be where their location is for work. And oftentimes that job is not what their passion is. It's not what they want really in life. They're just doing it and they hate their job. Or like they're just settling with their job and they've accepted that that's it. Now, I'm not saying that everyone has this spectacular light and they're gonna have amazing dreams and they're gonna shoot for the stars and whatnot. To be honest, I can't say that. I know people that are just fine where they are, actually thriving for their standards and for their visions of life, they're thriving. And I'm like, that's fine. But for the people that want more in life but can't do it because they're chained by legal things and they're chained by financial expenses and appreciation, like it's terrible. And when you are going through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of strife, it's expected for people like in that environment to be like, hey, I need help, and then people would think, oh, we'll help them, or maybe we won't, someone else will help them. But oftentimes people in that setting would just be like, I'm gonna thug it out, or I'm strong, or they don't need, I don't want to bother them with my worries and my problems, so I'm gonna do it myself. Oftentimes I'm guilty of that too, because I know for a fact that people that I'm around can't help me where I need that assistance, that help. So I gotta do it myself. I mean, that breeds stronger people, yes, but at what expense? How long? How long can you endure that pain? And that's the real truth of life, because life is not all sunshine and roses. It gets real gloomy, real dark, and it becomes real tempting to join that darkness. But then you're not really aiding anything, not even really yourself. The devil lies in good intentions. And oftentimes you'll find pain in the result. But yeah, that's dark. That's real sad stuff, but that's kind of what I wanted to get off my head. I'm not gonna lie. So there's that for life. That's duality too, like me personally right now, I'm striving and manifesting for a greater life and trying to move forward positively. I've been making my steps and making my intentions known and gaining the tools needed for me to progress towards what I think I need, because I have this drive, this optimism of myself, this self-confidence that I know is in me. I'm just trying to bring it out. But in that duality spectrum, there are people like my uncle that are going through some things, that don't see the light, that I avidly try and help, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Because to be honest, it's not thirsty enough yet. So not much you can do about it, but keep on trying to do you and succeed and grow and move forward and do what you gotta do. And that's what I feel like, if I were to ask for help or like advice from anyone, they'd say the exact same things. I understand that, because it's common sense, that's common knowledge for a greater view of life. And I feel like that's like the American dream view, but you really gotta pay for that thing.